Looks a little different, huh? How you been? I've been good. I just broke down the sound booth. My wife is happy. She was gently nudging me to do so since it is in the middle of my room, our room. Let's talk about Starfield. The grav drive is tied to the artifacts. Constellation is tied to both. And I believe whatever happened to Earth is tied to all of it. Today, I wanted to talk about how the new trailer ties more things together, but this isn't going to be 8 things you missed video. I wanted to build on my previous theory. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it down below, or you can just watch this entirely and Star Wars prequel this and just watch it afterwards. So let's highlight every time the anomaly/grav drive appear. Roll video.
These artifacts could be everything we've been looking for. As to what they are, what they're building, you'll be part of solving that puzzle.
So we see that Constellation, the grav anomaly, and the artifacts appear a lot in these videos together, especially since Bethesda hasn't even shown us that much. Before we get into the new trailer, I want to talk about the timeline and the distance, and how we may have had an early sublight travel or FTL before the grav drive. From what we know, the first colony after Sedona was New Atlantis. It is in the Alpha Centauri system on the planet Jemison, established 2161, and that is about 5 light years away from Earth. That's about 140 years to our timeline. I believe it's possible we could do that in real life. If we manage to do half the speed of light, we can get there within about 10 years. But I believe in Starfield, we would probably at that time have an early, faster than light travel. Maybe something that lets us get to Alpha Centauri in 1 year. I personally believe that's the case, because the government that arrives is the United Colonies, not the Terran Protectorate or the Earth Federation. That tells me that the distance to travel between the settled systems and Earth was too far to have a functioning government. So we get the UC as a proxy government, loosely controlled by Earth. Think early American history. It is also notable that no major war had happened for about 150 years after the UC colonies on New Atlantis was founded. In about 20 years before the start of the game, we have our first major conflict that we know of. That is the Combine versus the Browncoats. I mean, the United Colonies versus the Freestar Collective. So this is where my first part of the video will fit in nicely. And this is also a good place for a thumbs up. So now Constellation is founded on New Atlantis at 2188. I believe they're trying to understand and harness the power of the anomaly through the artifacts, and they have been reverse engineering to get a more powerful FTL. And in this new trailer, we get to see that they are actively looking for the anomaly. It's safe to say this anomaly. Now when we see both these stations, we see that it's above a planet that looks kind of like Earth. Now I believe this is the same station in both videos. It could also be 2 different stations, maybe one on Jemison. Or there's many of these Constellation stations. Ooh, I like that, Constellation stations. You dumb Shiloh. They have many of these stations throughout the galaxy to study this anomaly. And perhaps you as a character, you help them build these stations. Now you may be like, Shiloh, why does the artifact and the grav drive gotta be connected? Well, let me answer my imposed, perfectly teed up question. First thing, the artifact freaking floats. Things around the artifact float. Hell, you even float. What is the engine we use in the game? It's a grav drive, a technology that manipulates the gravity around it. Even Event Horizon had a similar engine.
This is the gateway. Now, these three magnetic rings, when they align, it creates an artificial black hole, which allows the ship to travel to any point in space.
A black hole, the most destructive force in the universe.
I mean, that ship apparently traveled through the 40K universe and visited the Chaos Gods, but the engines do seem to have the same theoretical foundation. If you're messing with an engine that powerful, it is possible to pull a planet in. Constellation is hunting for artifacts. Now, what do explorers need to travel the universe? Think elite and dangerous on this one. I know it's been a while. You need a huge jump range. Constellation has already shown to be scientists and explorers, and that they are involved with the grav drive. It only makes sense that they're trying to create a faster FTL. This is why I think that the anomaly at the very first trailer next to the Constellation satellite may have been a test that went wrong. Now here I have to say that the anomaly is said to be random. That means it could be very well a completely natural occurrence. But it seems from everything I've found that I went over in my past video, and the connections we have seen in this video, I don't see the appearance of Constellation in the trailers to just randomly be tied to an anomaly event for no reason. Of course, reasonable people can disagree, and so could unreasonable people. Hey, thank you for sticking to the end. I really appreciate it, and it helps more than you know. If you like the theory, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know if I missed something, or you have a better theory. Every time you guys make a comment, it makes my next video better, because you are the best editors, you keep me honest, and I appreciate that as well. I just created a Discord if you'd like to join. I have the link down below. I also stream on Sundays, 8 p.m. Pacific time. Stay safe and mod reckless.